specifically focuses, which gives what they need. They don't need more theoretical. We don't want to teach you what Google teaches you. We want to teach you what Google doesn't tell you, right? So that's why our course, which we have designed, tells you which Google don't tell you. How to apply practically the HVAC system, how to read the tender, how to see the cable size, what is the most important factors to look in electrical aspects of HVAC. Most important is how to read the single line diagram, how to draw the single line diagram, what are the important factors in a single line diagram. Everything is covered inside our course.
Dheeraj ji,
Yeah.
please take the question. There are many questions. Raise hands also.
Yeah,
Start the
we
question,
will
sir.
take sir one by one. Yeah, sure. I would be glad to take it.
Please start, sir.
Yeah. Sir,
Yes.
Mr. Anand has asked, can we know about the AHU starter panel parameters?
No. We that is the core electrical. We're not going to core electrical activities. We are only going into that portion where you can be useful and be a validation. Means installation of electrical systems related to air conditioning.
And even the single line diagrams also, he can easily understand what are the
Yes,
parameters.
single line diagram is a very critical element of measurements and billing.
Yeah. See, our course will not teach you how to design the control panel. That is the job of a control panel designer. There are people, our job is to make you understand whether the control panel which he has delivered is as per the single line diagram or not. He will come with a single line diagram. You have to just hold a single line diagram and check whether each component is fitted as per that or not, and whether it is
Next
as per
question.
the design or not, whether the load is there particular. That's we don't want to make you electrical engineers. We want to make you HVAC engineers with knowledge of electrical domain, which nobody should fool you.
So next question, sir.
Okay. I need a session on HVAC controls. HVAC controls are already part of our course. If you undertake that course, which we have made with a lot of efforts, you will definitely get the details of this particular answer. I'm sharing all the link of the particular course. Yes, I'm sharing the link of the free trial course also. But before that, I just wish to all of you to go through the course which we have developed for you guys, HVAC guys, for electrical essentials for HVAC engineers. I'm just sharing the link now. And I'm just sharing all those people a scholarship code also. We are offering 20% scholarship for all you guys for attending this session. It's valid only for today. So please take the opportunity of this scholarship code, which I'm just typing now. It's WIN 2022 UV. You can apply to this course and straight away get the scholarship of 20% and start it. This is 100%. You can have a lifetime access of this course, which we are telling you. You don't have to do anything. Don't go to Google. Just do this course and from the next day itself start applying in your job. And we are always there to help you. You can shoot any question to our team. They are ready, more than ready to answer your questions pertaining to any electrical aspects. Also sharing the load, the link of the other course also. That's a 7-day free trial. I'm sharing the link now in 5 minutes. But I just wish to explain that what course that particular course means. That course is regarding what are the important practices in HVAC. Say, for example, many of the HVAC engineers we have observed when we call an interview or when we go to site, they don't even know how do the gas charging. We ask the question, where is the gas charging? How do you know the procedure for gas charging, vacuumization? They say, no, sir. Why should I know it? It's a job of a technician. So I'm not a technician. So why should I know the gas charging? We feel very sorry. when we hear the answer. We call ourselves HVAC engineer. We are the boss of the technicians, and we even don't know what is gas charging. I mean, please answer my question. Isn't it shameful that many of the engineers don't know what is gas charging? In our opinion, every HVAC engineer should make their hand black. They should understand what is gas charging, how to it has to be done, how the quantity is to be measured, how the gas
Neeraj,
cylinder is ordered.
Neeraj, I'd like to just say one statement out here.
Yeah,
And that statement is we as air conditioning engineers provide so much comfort to so many people besides processes being undertaken. We bring smiles to so many people because of our hard work into the domain of air conditioning. But yet we are subordinate to a technician. We are subordinate to an electrical person that I can't stand for. Why should I be subordinate to a technician, lower paid technician? I'm his boss. I'm German trained and they've taught me to work with my hands. And am the boss. I guide this the way. This is how you should hold this instrument. This is what you should not do. A technician always has the knowledge that is cut and paste. Whatever he hears, he applies that knowledge. And in air conditioning, most technicians do top of R410A, which is totally forbidden. Now, we as engineers should be able to not only tell them, even demonstrate to them that this is how you ought to do. I will have never been a subordinate to a technician. I've been subordinate to an electrical person. But I am the person who brings smiles to millions of people, and I should get the due recognition and rewards.
I've already shared the
Neeraj,
link of that
please carry
particular.
forward.
Yeah, sir, to guys. Yes, sir. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I really, but it's really passionate. We are really making passionate effort for you guys. Uh, Please don't feel sorry if I'm shouting it bit. My voice is bit high because we feel that you guys should upskill. Future is very bright for HVAC engineers. So please don't neglect it. Upskill yourself. Learn from technicians. All these things. Learn electricals. Pursue our course. Link is already shared above in the chat. For the main our main electrical course also, it's a refund policy also. If you don't like, just tell us, we'll refund it. So just take an advantage, try to look at it, and just improve yourself, guys. And please forgive me if I'm raising my voice because I'm sometimes when recruiters tell me to scout the candidates, I'm unable to give them a right candidates. We are on a mission to upskill the guys, HVAC engineers, towards the right knowledge so that they can succeed in their career. Google doesn't give answer to all the questions. Experts are there, mentors are there, like Dhawan sir, ourselves who are ready to help you. Come to us for any guidance. Come ask us any questions. I am even sharing the email IDs of my our team who can answer all your questions if you have any at your site or if uh, at your workplace if you face any technical problem. So we'll try to guide you there. I'm even sharing WhatsApp number of my team to whom you can ask the questions. They will try to help you. I've already shared my number of my team to whom you can ask the questions on WhatsApp, clarify that out. Email ID has been shared, so you can ask the questions to them. We all you guys to succeed in your life, in HVAC, your career. Even if you're getting less salary, don't get disheartened because future is very, very bright. The kind of inquiries we are getting, the kind of a job requirement and the vacancies the client are asking, sometimes the outsourcing work also we are getting, it's tremendous and it's going to go up. So just hold your foot and just stick and make sure that uh, you guys are upskilling, keeping yourself updated with the latest thing, and don't stop learning. Never stop learning. And we are there to teach you. We are there to hold your hand and guide you. We are there with you throughout your journey. Don't feel alone. Okay. We have detailed design course also. If you go to our website, you will find all our courses. We have a huge library of courses. There are free courses also. You can take the free courses. If you like, you can go for the paid courses. The
There are
purpose,
also some,
yeah,
Neeraj, there are also some in Hindi also for the
yeah.
technician
For
level.
technician level, we have made some courses in Hindi also. We have courses even starting from the technician level, how to repair the fridge and AC and even mixer. That much level we have gone to thinking of the community as a whole to improve.
And sir, they're all with animated animations, very powerful animations, especially the troubleshooting part of it.
Yeah, most important is that unlike any other courses, we are not designing the flat courses where only instructor is talking and slides are moving. All our courses are having 100% animations inside it, power packed with professional voiceovers. That's
So
all.
Neeraj, one more thing.
Yeah,
While on the subject of animations, for example, troubleshooting the refrigerator, there's moisture coming inside the refrigerator, right? Then we are showing droplets.
Why don't you share a particular slide of where the animations you can cover?
It'll be a little difficult now to trace it all out, to locate that file. It needs some time. So you'll find droplets falling. You'll see a drop of water falling and all the time falling and collecting at the base and spilling over. It means what I'm saying is the text relates to the animation. Animation relates to the text. As simple as that. If water is dripping from the freezer, you'll find water dripping from the freezer. And in the refill cycle, if you can see the gas flowing, hot discharge gas, as the gas goes through the condenser, it changes color because it is getting cooled. And when it goes into evaporator, then at initial stage, it is liquid and it vaporizes. Everything you see in motion, you'll find even the compressor working. Rotary compressor is working, the gas is charging, everything happening the way it should happen.
Correct, sir.
So there are in the question answer section, there are 20 questions. So could you open that, sir?
Yeah. You guys, if any problem you are facing, just email us also. That's not an issue. Email us also. I'm again typing the email link. And not only that, even if you miss it, you all will get an email also on your inbox giving you the code. If you are not getting any code, if you're not finding any code in, because there are a lot of messages have come. So if you are scrolling and if you're not getting any uh, code, that particular code with all detailed instruction will even reach on your inbox. Don't worry. Within 1 hour, it will reach to inbox of all of you. Sir, I'll just take the questions what they're asking.
Yes, question answer
What is
section.
the form of NTC? Mr. Huda is asking.
Negative temperature coefficient. N for
Oh,
negative, T for temperature, C for coefficient.
okay, okay. Negative?
Temperature,
Okay, okay. Second question is difference between VSD and VFD.
I have not heard of VSD. I'll have to check up. But VFD means variable frequency drive. That is what
Yeah.
we are using.
VSD is variable speed drive, but
It's
one of
that
the techniques, yeah.
it's the same thing then, na?
Yeah,
But the common terminology is VFD.
VFD, yes. Explain about the fireman panel it's used in India.
So that is the fire department, sir. We'll only
This session is mainly HVAC. Fire, when we take the fire session, we talk about the fireman panel. How to calculate the load on wire selection or cable,
so
or
that is electrical, sir.
yeah, yeah.
We actually are not designers. We are using the knowledge to execute our projects.
What is COD in ACB?
I don't know, sir.
There must be some terminologies in the drawings
We'll
where
have to check up.
Abhilash is asking COD and ACB. ACB we know all.
That you have told.
Yeah, yeah. When we should go for armored and unarmored cable?
Yes, very good question. When you're inside a building and the cable is not subjected to any harm, physical harm, then it can be unarmored cable. On cable trays, that the thing is always inside the building, it will be unarmored. But if it's outside the building, in the garden or under the road or in the open area spaces, then to prevent it from physical harm, we use armored cables. Armored strips of GIC, I think it is about 2 mm wide. No, about 4 mm wide, 0.8 mm thick, all around the main course, so that no physical harm can take place to the main conductors.
One question for Mr. Huda. Can we run a motor when Megger value is coming below 200 Megger ohms?
So that I'll have to check up, because you see it should be infinity for the right installation value. It should be infinity. Otherwise, that means that there is leakage taking place. Insulation is weak.
Okay, okay. Difference between Phi IE motor and EC motor.
It is not a Phi IE. Basically, there are two types of motor. One is a fixed speed motor, and one is an EC motor. Fixed speed, where the speed is fixed depending on the poles. It's a two-pole motor. It will be 3000 RPM. Four-pole motor will be 1500 RPM. An EC motor, where the speed can be varied from 10%, from in fact 0 to 100 by varying the frequency. In water technology, you can change the speed. Compressor starts at 0, gradually builds up to 100%.
Okay. Please explain XLPE. Means XLP. What is XLP cable?
Yes, I had already mentioned. X is not X. You see, that is cross. Cross-linked polyethylene. It's a type of PVC material used as insulation. That's the black color, the final coating on the cable, that black color is that XLP. And in every cable, you'll find it embossed. You don't have to worry about it. It's embossed on the cable. You can read it before verifying it.
Okay. Star delta and VFD cable interaction to motor terminal. I could not understand this question, Mr. Subhas. I'm sorry. Please
So
write the question on the email, but I could not understand it.
that,
What?
that again, that is we get into the electrical domain. As I said, we're not going into the connections. That is done by the electrician, the electrical engineer, right? Now, what we do from the service angle, what you have to see is that the cables are not getting overheated, that you must check. The cable insulation not burning out, that you must check. In case of burning out, what you have to do, that should be done. That is part of it. The detailed wiring, star delta, this and that, it's a huge domain that is for the electrical people to take care of.
Yeah, we have covered what is needed to know for the HVAC engineer to handle the meetings, to handle that site, to handle the electrical engineer smartly, or even to take off the handle the electrical contractors. That much we have covered. You don't have to be an electrical engineer for that. There's no end to knowledge, but just HVAC itself is a huge thing to learn. So just be a master of HVAC and jack of electrical. That's what the purpose of the course content we have. What will be the main parameters to be checked for VFD and feeder selection?
We don't do that. That is
Yeah,
mentioned. We are
mainly it is,
only
yeah, it is, the VFD we have to check for the load mainly. Okay, and we have to have the starter mainly slightly higher than the load.
So that is specified in the bill of quantities, the tender document. The electrical engineer already done that for you. Now you have to see what is there at site.
Sir, Mr. Mayank has asked 3.5 core, 250 square mm. What is the meaning of that?
Yes, I'll already explain. 3.5C. First, you'll see 3.5C means this cable has 3.5 core, 3.5 core, right? Next is what is it? 3.5C into the size. The next will be the size. So what if you have noticed little carefully that above 16 square mm, I think 10, 16 square mm, means 16 and below 16, we have 4 cores, right? To make a half core of 16 square mm is little difficult, is not worthwhile. So we use 4 cores. There's no harm in using 4 cores. But beyond that, next cable size is 25. 25, you can have 3.5 cores. So
Okay.
if you see carefully, 3.5 means this cable has 3 full cores and 1 half core, and the next digit is the size of the cable.
Okay. Types of relays used in chillers.
This is also defined in the tender document by the electrical experts. This is what you're supposed to do. They're not relays, basically, they'll be starters.
Starters, yes.
The relays or contactors are an integral part of a complete starter,
Yes.
right? Now, IP54 and all these electrical specifications which have been mentioned, and it's written on the contactor itself or the starter itself. We are not entering as wholly as an electrical expert. We are only using that much information where we can execute and be a validation on the air conditioning side.
Mr. Sheikh Aslam has asked, thanks for the seminar. Could you please explain how to calculate the input electrical power for chiller and corresponding pumps? Yeah, you have a clamp meter, you know voltage from the clamp meter, you know the amperes. If it is three-phase single phase, you know there's a simple formula of V into I for single phase, and for three phase, the formula is square root of 3 multiplied by V into I multiplied by power factor. So it's very simple. Uh, to easily calculate you can what the power is being consumed. Okay. How to calculate the unit load if not given on equipment? See, every equipment normally has a nameplate. In that, the load, the unit load is given. That is a nameplate load. It may not be the exactly what the machine consumes. It's of a such certain standardization. So the equipment are, yeah, having the nameplate. Every motor has a nameplate. It gives the load of 5 kilowatt, 2.5 kilowatt. All standardization is done. But as I answered earlier, how to calculate the load which is being consumed by particular HU motor or chiller at that particular time. You have to have a clamp meter, just have it, measure the value of what is the voltage consumed by equipment, running equipment, what the ampere is happening. So as I told you, if it's a three phase, there's a formula of square root of 3 multiplied by V into I multiplied by power factor, which is normally zero point 0.9. You can take as a safety. And just you will arrive at the value of kilowatt which has been consumed by the equipment at that particular time. Plus on the chiller control panel, of course, you can get all those values also live nowadays. What is the difference between HP and BHP efficient?
BHP,
Yeah,
BHP theoretical value, brake
yeah,
horsepower, that means the horsepower at the shaft. But the horsepower actually delivered is the HP.
correct. Brake horsepower is power available at the shaft. Correct,
Efficiency means there will be transmission losses. No? Actual HP will be less than the BHP.
correct.
Normally, they take most machines they take a thumb rule of 10%. And every machine 90% will work. Little better machine will work at 95%.
How we select the cable rating size for cable rating size? for chiller and any thumb rule.
You see cable rating charts available.
Yeah,
If you
charts
want,
are.
if you let us say a 240 square amp cable, you go by the chart, they'll say this much current it will take in air, this much current will take in ground. There'll be two readings, one in air, one in ground, right? As a thumb rule, mota, a 50 square amp cable will take about 100 amperes. Come. And the higher up you go, cable size, right, then it is not double. For example, a 240 square mm cable will take about 200 amperes or 300 amperes. So you have to refer to the specific manufacturer cable chart. And most of them are almost the same. Almost the same. You can refer to any chart, you can go to Google, take out the chart, and you can get an approximate value what will be the size.
So this is very, very interesting questions I've got from Mr. Hemant Sevak just now. And I would like to very gladly answer this question. His question is that, and this is very important question for all HVAC engineers. Please listen to this question very, very carefully. How to calculate the heat dissipation of electrical motor if 10 kilowatt motor is having zero point 0.8 efficiency? It means 8 kilowatt of heat dissipation? No, a big no. Please understand, this is a big no. First of all, the answer, to be precise, my answer is that there is a specific formula given in ASHRAE fundamentals that how to calculate the heat dissipation of a motor. I cannot type that formula just now because I have to go and refer the formula and type here, but I can make some arrangements so that the formula reaches to you. But here, or whoever needs the formula or whoever interested, just ping my team on the WhatsApp. They will give the formula. But here, my answer, if you want a thumb rule to calculate the particular heat dissipation from the motor, it's very simple. The efficiency, suppose if it is zero point 0.8, then you just minus that efficiency from 1. Say 1 minus zero point 0.8, say 80% is nothing but zero point 0.8. So 1 minus zero point 0.8 is zero point 0.2 and multiplied by that zero point 0.2 straight away with the load. So suppose you have 10 kilowatt, multiply that zero point 0.2 with 10, you will get 2 kilowatt. So take the 2 kilowatt as a heat dissipation. As a thumb rule I am telling. But if you want an exact value, you have to refer that particular ASHRAE formula for the heat dissipation. Hope I've answered your question. Because you see, efficiency 80% is what? That whatever power you're been supplying to that particular motor, he's entirely consuming that particular power to run itself, right? So electrical power is getting converted into the mechanical power, and rest of the power is getting converted into heat. That's why we have to take the difference while the heat dissipation, not the entire zero point 0.8 kilowatt. Yeah, I think no more questions. Any more questions? Okay, all guys will get on email their inbox, the registered email ID. They will get the course link, the scholarship code, everything they will get. The trial course also they will get. Yeah, it is 2 kilowatt. You're right. That's a thumb rule. But for formula, you just ping our team. They will give the formula for ASHRAE with ASHRAE. So don't worry, even if nobody is able to find the link over here, because there are a lot of main chats are happening. So you might have missed the particular link. So the email will come to you with all the links of the trial course also, and the scholarship code also will be given to you for the main electrical course. So stay updated, and it's 100%. You can have it lifetime. It's not that we are blocking your access after 1 year of the course. It's no more surprises. You will get that electrical course if you purchase throughout your life. Plus any additions are there, any updates are happening throughout the life you will get. We are not here to make the money, but we are here to upskill you guys. We are always there with you guys to succeed in your career.
So there are more questions more related to electrical designs and selections of
So let me see,
lectures.
sir. Let me see what. So maybe we can. Class H and Class F motor. So it's the insulation.
The
It
type
depends.
of insulation.
Yeah, class of insulation.
Yes, E is very good, and F I think is still, because insulation also depends upon how much heating it can withstand. That enamel basically.
Are you designing are you covering how to design an electrical panel? If AHU motor is, that's the job of electrical engineer. We are making you smarter enough to handle electrical scope. We don't have to design electrical panel at all. No electrical engineer designs the panel. He gives the load list. He gives a load list to the control panel manufacturer, and they come up with a single line diagram which you must know how to read it properly, whether all components have been covered or not. Or while making tender documents also, you should know what's a single line diagram and how to read it. We want you to be HVAC engineer, not electrical engineers, but you should be smart enough to handle the electrical scope, manage the electrical contractors independently without they fooling you. That's the whole purpose of the course. ASHRAE has published electrical motor heat dissipation ASHRAE Handbook. No, there's a formula for that, and there is a separate table behind it. Point at efficiency doesn't mean 8 kilowatt heat dissipation. There's a standard table they have published. Yes, there's a standard table just next to the formula. But if you need any value which is not there in table, you can put it in the formula and you can take it.
Then the question answer section, if you go, sir, there are more questions. One question 3.5 into 240 squares. Explain again. I had mentioned 3.5 means this cable contains 3 full cores and one just half of that core in physical size. And 240 square means 3 cores of 240 square and one will be of 120 square. Difference
And
between next is difference between aluminum copper cables. The material of the conductor, which is best? Copper is better. It has lesser voltage drop, better conductivity, but it's very, very expensive. In India, the copper cables are banned except for welding application. You have to go for aluminum.
is a question from one Mr. Balaji. ASHRAE is American standard. We have any standard for India? We have ASHRAE. But let me tell you my candid views on ASHRAE and ASHRAE. See, ASHRAE tables are most of them copy paste from ASHRAE only. Okay, except the environmental conditions, most of them are copy paste from somewhere. So when you consider how I design my projects from my company, when we get outsource work, we use strictly ASHRAE. We don't find any use of ASHRAE except some city data comes, we use ASHRAE. But we need to remember that ASHRAE is a great grandfather of HVAC, and there is no one in front of ASHRAE when it comes to accuracy and data. My question is that how to calculate the chiller pump's input power in terms of kilowatt at the time of concept design. For example, 400 TR. Because there are formulas, For there is a thumb rule which we use that if it is a water cooled chiller, 400 TR is 400 kilowatt. Okay, for the chiller, not the system. But for the air cooled chiller, suppose is there, we take 400 TR multiplied by 1.2 for kilowatt. So that's a thumb rule we use for the conceptual stage. What is the induction motor? Why do we see widely in HVAC? Induction? Yeah, it is, I think, explained already by Dhawan sir. What is induction motor? He showed some nice animations also for.
Sir, I'll explain it again once again. Not a problem. Now, how we make a thing move. Move means physical relocating any machine, any part, anything. Even if I have to relocate myself from my sitting position to another sitting position. How will I do it? Any motion requires a force, as simple as that. Without force, you can't do anything, right? Now, in a motor, so just a minute. Can I go into this normal mode, sir?
Just view, escape you can do. Go to the view and escape.
I go to escape straight away, view and escape. Let me stop. I'll have to go to stop share first, no?
Yeah, I can stop the sharing. Yeah.
Now, can you see in the screen now? Can you see the screen? Hello, sir.
I can see, we can see.
Okay, now I'll go into the drawing. I'll draw something out to explain. Now, I'll just go to this. Okay. Now, let's say this is a motor. This is the outer body. Now, this is a magnetic core, okay? If we pass current into this, it will generate a, what will generate a? Tell me, people. It will generate a magnetic field. Now, this is a magnetic field. It's generating. So we'll have three magnetic fields, a three-phase motor. There we are. Now, this magnetic field is rotating because physically it's 120 degrees apart and also electrically. So this is M1, M2. So Neeraj, can you see this? Neeraj?
Yeah, we can see, sir.
So there are three magnetic fields. Now let us say the direction of this the field is in this direction. 1, 2, 3. So this is rotating in this direction. Fine, not a problem. Now we want to move a rotor. This is the rotor. This is also made of stamping the magnetic material. So if a magnetic field enters the rotor, it creates an induced magnetic field. That's the fundamental of a transformer. So out here, we will get, what we'll get? An induced magnetic field. The total will become a magnetic field. Okay. Fundamental magnetism is that if you have one magnet here and one magnet here, depending on the pole, if this is north pole and this is south pole, this will be south and this will be north. Any magnet has two poles. So unlike poles, they will attract. So it will move in this direction. And if it's like pole, if this becomes north and this becomes south, then this will push this in direction. So if this magnet is fixed and this magnet is not fixed, that means this magnet will either be pulled towards this one or it will be pushed towards this one. So accordingly, this becomes a magnet. Now, this will push this rotator, as assume it's pushing this rotator in this direction. This is pushing this. So this will be pushed here. Then when this moves to this position, then this field again pushes it again, kicks it away, get out from here. Then this rotor has to get out from here. The moment it reaches this point, then this field can get out from here, not invited, and it is pushed forward in this direction. So M1 kicks out the rotator at this point. It moves here, this kicks it out, this kicks it out. And this rotational kicking results in rotation of this rotor. Okay, gentlemen, this is how a motor works. I hope I've answered your question, sir.
Yeah.
You can take the next question, sir.
The most important is that your animations itself are so powerful, which you have all made in the course, that even one animation person looks at it, he can save his 2 hours in 1 minute, and he can remain it for longer in his memory for a lifetime. That's the power of animations. We don't feel any questions are left, but
Yes, sir.
still you are all welcome to send us an email and ask us questions.
But
Most important is
there
that,
are two more chats, such a
okay,
thanks, sir. There are 10 chats. Sir.
okay, yeah, okay, okay. The most important is you guys rock. You have stayed till end, ask questions. This itself show that how passionate you are. Don't get disheartened about the salaries what you're getting. The future is very bright, and when the market heats up, you guys will be senior in your field.